Heraclitus said war is the father of all things. Nietzsche described his life as war, and internal conflict is what has produced almost every great artist, spiritual leader, or great man in history. I, for one, didn't wake up and consciously choose a life of struggle and war, and probably neither did you. In fact, I had a golden ticket to an excellent normal life. I was an athlete and valedictorian. I was going to an Ivy League school that was already paid for. And I ended up dropping out in the first semester in a decision that no one else could understand, and not even me. I spent the next couple of years of my life in the trenches, hopelessly lost and isolated. I was couch surfing, living out of my car, homeless, and my internal landscape was a battlefield. I look back at the past decade of my life, and 90% of it has felt like warfare. It's not always bad, but it's usually hard, and not many people talk about this. Now, this video is not celebrating masochism or suffering, nor is it another pop motivation psychology video. This is my very real experience of a decade of aiming towards greatness and walking through hell and heaven. Here are 4 things I learned. It's so obvious to me at this point that for more rare souls out here, for higher types, conflict, tension, it's your natural state in life. Y'all are weirdos. Same with me. And this isn't the experience of everyone. The reason that you experience war is that you have greater instincts inside of you, a higher aim in life, and greater conflicting parts of your nature. You probably have a war between your daemon and soul, between ambition and peace, a war with your shadows, fears, addictions, and resistances, and a war between the many strong parts of your nature. Your task is to bring it all into harmony, and the greater the war you face, the greater your potential. In fact, tension is what gives rise to beauty and power. Ian McGillichrist said it best in The Matter with Things, quote, "It is the tension between the warring ends of the bow that gives the arrow the power to fly, as it is the tension in the strings of the lyre that gives rise to melody." This is what is meant by his saying, war is the father of all things. What looks like a waste of effort, pulling in opposite directions, is the essence of generative vitality. I am in the most glorious year of my life, but not 3 weeks ago I was on my knees crying about all the ordeals that I've had to face to get here. All the heartbreaks, betrayals, tragic loneliness, the addictions that broke my body and soul, and the insomnia that stole years of my life. I mean, goddamn, all the daily struggles, the ups and downs, the messiness of life. It was just all feeling too heavy. But I am so grateful for the wars that I face, the big wars I faced in my life and the small ones, because it's given rise to a whole new order of beauty and harmony. I mean, shit, I'm feeling royal lately. Just so much more peaceful and powerful than I've ever been in my life. But the war, it never really goes away. In fact, I was astonished to reflect on this past week that was so good with new love and growth, and realized the majority of it was still spent struggling through fatigue, through emotional ups and downs, and through all the stress and striving in work and writing long essays and striving in my spiritual practice. Even in peace, even in play, I'm always asking more of myself. Now, there's a balance here, which we'll discuss at the end of the video, but I don't think this is a bad thing. It occurs to me that our society celebrates the opposite of tension. In fact, we seek to nullify tension, to nullify contradictions. A lukewarm existence has been elevated into some kind of virtue by New Age spirituality and commercial propaganda. Comfortable and peaceful people are the good ones, the virtuous ones, the herd says. I feel like so many people and my past self are trying to make life resemble a goddamn nursing home, where everyone is safe and content and happy playing checkers, but the juicy zest of life, the tears of life, the pains of life have been stripped away. Fuck that. I choose war. I've come to realize that God dislikes the lukewarm existence. And so do you. Recently, I got to leave the Denver winter to go to a garden paradise in California. And for a month, I had a loving girlfriend, a growing business, creative purpose, peace, like everything that I could have asked for was supplied. And yet, after a couple of weeks, I started to grow discontent. This is a reoccurring theme I've experienced many times. Paradise is awesome, but too much comfort and peace, it dulls my soul. My insight and spiritual powers, they flee from the Garden of Eden. This is tragic. Like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with life? And before someone starts projecting onto me, telling me I need to find joy in the simple, I do understand that dissatisfaction is a call for internal growth and overcoming. But I'm also a nomadic warrior at heart. I reject the idea that a lukewarm, settled existence is good for me. I reject the quest for well-being as an ultimate good. I've experienced heavenly seasons in my life, and damn, I am so grateful for them. But honestly, if I was up in heaven right now, looking down, I'd long to be in the trenches with my brothers fighting for a great cause. Basically, I've changed my goals in life. I am no longer aiming at peak well-being. I am aiming at the pinnacle of struggle and meaning, punctuated by periods of serenity and peace. That is a life well lived to me. And this goal changes everything because it is through contrast that I feel most alive and connected. It is meaningful struggles that light my spirit on fire. Quote, "Man, the bravest of animals and the one most accustomed to suffering, does not repudiate suffering as such. He desires it. He even seeks it out, provided he is shown a meaning for it, a purpose of suffering. The meaninglessness of suffering, not suffering itself, was the curse that lay over mankind so far." The curse of the modern world is the meaninglessness of suffering, and this is where we need a new heroic spirituality and a greater quest in life. The traditional sources that gave us meaning, being God, tribe, nature, family, and spiritual purpose, have all withered or died. We live in an atomized and nihilistic world, and I think this is the source of so much suffering for higher types and even most people. So it's up to you and I to dig into the deepest wellsprings of meaning, being the transcendent, and bring it forth. It's up to us to live in service to a higher self and a higher culture. I differentiate from Nietzsche on this point slightly. I think metaphysical intuitions and connection to God is vitally important for what we need to create. But regardless, whether you follow Christ or the Übermensch or the transcendent, what is most important is that you aim upwards. You aim as high as you can, and you turn your life into the bow and your mind and spirit into the arrow. Right now, in this world devoid of meaning, there's a roll call out for leaders, for men and women who can stand upright amongst the ruins, help a tribe stand up around them, and create a new living symbol of what life could be like and should be like. This is the greatest quest available to us, but also one that is incredibly challenging to realize, especially when you're sitting alone in your apartment, surrounded by temptations and not sure where to go next. This is one reason I started my men's community. I'm trying to filter the entire world through these videos to align like-minded men and hopefully connect a new secret society and nomadic brotherhood that shifts culture and changes all of our lives. That would be incredible. And we're just at the beginning of that. So there's a link below if you want to apply for a vibe check call with me and join us. All right, let's go to step 4 here. The goal of life is not to struggle more, nor is it to end struggling. Both of those perspectives are materialistic and they're looking down. Brave and creative men never make pain and pleasure the focal point of their existence. These are epiphenomena. We need to aim at something higher. But in your pursuit of a higher mission and a higher destiny, I think the goal of life is to make life feel more natural, like a natural outflowing of power from your soul. And this power comes from the right balance of yin and yang. Within here, there are 2 keys that have absolutely changed my life and my relationship to struggle. The first one is getting your vitality right, getting your diet, your movement, your sleep on check, because when your energy is low, everything feels harder. But when your energy is strong and your metabolism is strong, your intuition and your action, they become one and the same. life becomes more frictionless. And this is the key to real success and power and that yang energy. The second key is surrender. And for most people who share my temperament, who are high achievers out here, what you need is not more Goggins or Hormozy motivation. What you need is to learn to create a relationship to life that feels good, that is more open, and often that comes from letting go. Learning how to bring more peace into your ambition, more gentleness into your action, more surrender into your intensity. When you can do this, when you can balance contradictions, you're on your way to becoming a sage, to maximizing the effortless flow of energy into life. And if you're on the quest for greatness, it's essential that you learn how to balance the opposing parts of your nature sooner than later, or else these contradictions can destroy you. Many higher types die at a young age because they didn't watch this video right here on why higher men destroy themselves. Thanks for watching. My name is Christian, and you can apply below for a vibe check call for our community. Come join us. Peace.